Good afternoon, Kent Bayman, 9 Business Group. Welcome back to Elevate Your Business Spotlight interview. We have Nafaa joining us today. Nafaa, welcome. Please introduce yourself, your company name, and what makes you different? What sets you apart from your competition?
I think what makes us different is the way that we've approached the project. We've really been aiming to be as customer focused as possible. So we built the initial systems based on assumptions, and we tested those assumptions by going back to the market, doing the customer discovery, doing the conversations, and actually taking that to build the actual improvements and the actual systems itself. Even more so when we talk about the technology, some of the neat things that differentiate us. One, we're using thermal imagery, which is a lot of competitors don't have. And two, we're completing the feedback loop so that farm operators, vertical farm systems can actually see results rather than just investing CapEx and hoping to see a return from it.
Gotcha. So how long have you guys been at it? And then at the same time, since you started, what has been the biggest challenge? How did you overcome it, and what does it look like today?
Yeah, so biggest challenge say in regards to the business have chair labs. This was about 2 years ago. We were working on the project for about 2.5 years previously, slowly working up the base rationale. We were incorporating the business. We came at it and we're like, we need to expand our team. It needs to be more than just us two. We started with $500 in our pocket that we put towards incorporating the business, and started on the premise of our team. But with our team, it was great, and we were able to attract and build relationships with them, and those that had extreme skill sets. And part of the agreement, part of the onboarding, was that portion of the time would be development and R&D. The other part of the time would be towards outside contracting, outside consulting, and revenue generation activities that allowed us to cash flow the business, to get them paid, to increase the value, and at the end of the day, go through and build something that we were really aiming to. And so this combination of having the mentality that nothing is too small to be accomplished, always take the opportunities that exist, and pivot every single time that you can, because it's not an absolute wall, it's an opportunity to find a different way to accomplish the end goal.
Fair enough. Okay. So that being said, what is one thing you know now that you wish you would have known when you started? What would you go back and tell your younger Nafaa self?
That is a good question. I would have to say, make sure everything is documented and everything is in paper. There's been some stumble blocks that you want to deal with good faith with people, and in most cases I found that people are amendable to operating together, but having it documented, having it contracted, and having a good lawyer on your side is extremely beneficial, because it helps alleviate the roadblocks. And memory is fickle is the best way to put it. So having it on paper allows you to speak to the facts and remove emotion when things get tough.
You know, I think that's great. Thank you for sharing that. It brings me back to a conversation I was actually having with my 12-year-old. So a number of years ago, I bought myself a new watch, and I had the band changed out. Actually, I had my wife go to the jewelry store to have the band changed out. And for some reason, somewhere in my fickle memory, I got it stuck in my head. I had a steel band that I bought with the original watch. And I was looking for some old photos of a ring that I bought from my wife many years ago. And for some reason in the last year, this thing has been on my head. Like, where's my steel band? Did they forget to give it back? And was like, and it was this thing in my head, and it was like, what the dang hell? And I was scrolling through these photos, and I was like, oh, I don't think I ever had a steel band. I think I ordered it with a leather band. I switched it out for a different leather band, and I never owned a steel band. But but this thing had been stuck in my head for 2 years. I would have told you that I was right beyond absolute belief that that was the truth. And to your point, that's not an argument with another business owner, a supplier, a customer. That's me arguing with myself, and that's a great observation that the memory is fickle. And yes, as a good friend and client of mine puts it, good paper makes good friends. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
Right. And that's the thing is like, if somebody comes to you and they're uncertain or they're very hesitant or they do not want to get into a written agreement of any sort, my suggestion is probably look to work with somebody else, because a good business person understands the value of paperwork, and they'll work with you to ensure that both sides are compromising and being met, because they understand that just as much as they are engaging with you to ensure that they're safe, you're engaging with them to ensure that you're safe, and that builds a sense of mutual trust and understanding. Whereas somebody that doesn't want to document it is probably going to be your highest risk for issues down the road.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. So which leads me to my next question. I'm looking forward to hearing your answer. If there was a thief in your business, what or in and around your business, what would they be stealing from you?
There was a thief in the business. What would they be stealing from me?
Yeah.
Um, Energy. They'd be stealing the energy of our team. They would be the one that is not being a cultural fit, that is creating negativity, creating instability and inability to deliver. I think a lot of people really speak to, they material things, but material aspect, honestly, is always replaceable. There's always risks, both from mistakes and so on and so forth. But your team is probably the most vital portion of anything that you can come together. And if you have somebody that is not a strong fit, that brings negativity, that brings the whole team down, that is not a team player, that risk, that loss, that more critical than anything I would say from an IP perspective or dollars perspective or any of that type of stuff.
You know what? You're not the first person to say that. I think the culture and the fit of the team is critical to our success of any business endeavor or team environment. So since you started in business, what has been your definition of success, and has it changed over the years?
My definition of success has always been a perspective of it's a road, right? Setting goals is important. Setting kind of breakpoints, go no goes is important. But if I define success as a matter of I reach this, I'm successful, then what happens after is the question that comes to mind for myself. So effectively, success for me is the pathways, the habits. It's creating day to day engagements that are successful in nature. And as a result, when I reach those goals, it's no longer a matter of like, I'm successful, what next? It's like, all right, I built these habits. My every day, my roadmap is a success to it. I'm still being successful wherever that takes me. And then if you could reiterate your second part of your question, sorry there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Has it changed? Was that your definition of success when you started in business, or has it changed over the years?
Um, it's changed. I think the originally I started off with that mindset that hey, if I need to meet these X goals and that is my point of success, that is my endeavor. This is how I define my sex, by these material values or these material or temporal points. Whereas now the inklings of it kind of started off in regards to being, you know, maybe there's a better definition. And so I kind of did a reassessment on a personal level of what does success mean to me? How do I kind of build this pathway? And then as soon as that connection made, I need to build pathways for success rather than points of success. It was a paradigm shift. And since then, I've been working to implement that with my business, with my team members, and with my co-founders.
Excellent. Good for you. I think that's great. I think it's so it's not just success for your business, not about revenue or profitability. In addition to that, it's your own personal skills that you want to improve upon so that you can help the team and your clients, but also whatever businesses you care to take on in the future. Is that a fair summary?
Exactly, right? Because no longer is success defined by one individual or one narrow view. It's by all opportunities that exist on the platform, and taking it and expanding upon it to others, whether it's with clients, whether it's with other businesses. That mantra is self-producing at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. So to wrap it all up, Nafaa, what do you want to be known for?
One more time, sorry.
What would you like to be known for? What is your legacy? What do you want to be known for?
What I would like to be known for, I think on a personal level, to be known for being engaging, being somebody that you can reach out to and have confidence in making changes. For New Terra Labs, as I mentioned, one of the goals to the business itself is being known as who feeds us in space as we change the world, as we go through these challenges. Where the brand name for food tech.
The brand name for food tech. I love it. So to wrap it up, where would you, when people see this and they want to learn more about you, where would they find you? What would they reach out to you for? What would you help them learn? Are you looking to raise some capital, or are you actually looking to get some clients? And so give us the, you can find us here. And if you're this type of person, click us there.
For sure. So the first thing is you can find us on our website at newterralabs.com. That's NUTERRA labs, labs.com. And I encourage everyone that's interested in the food economy and climate change to reach out and join us, because it is a journey, and it's about building the communities and building the ecosystems that will help us improve our current situations. On a more specific note, currently we're in the process of working on paid pilot demonstrations. So if you know somebody that has a farm or a facility that would be interested in some of the tech, let us know. And as of this year, we are going to go into a pre-seed fundraising round for $1.2 million. And we're part of Startup TNT at this stage for their AgTech Summit. So if you are interested in investing and joining an up and coming startup at the early stage, then I endeavor you to reach out directly to me via email on our website, and let's have conversations, see if we have a good fit.
Excellent. Thank you very much. You've been a great guest. I love the answers. The audience will, as well, as we've learned over the last little while. Many entrepreneurs in different types of spaces. What I find pretty cool is the different stories resonate with every different type of entrepreneur. So thanks again for your time. Appreciate it. And look forward to learning the rest of your story in the weeks and months to come.
Absolutely. I really appreciate your time, Kent, and I look forward to staying in touch. Thank you.